Hey, guess who is back? It's been a little while since the last episode, but today is a good day to return. I just got out of school for the holidays, so I'm back to questing. I have so much stuff to share with you guys, but, as a matter of fact, what were we even doing last time? Oh, dang, just Prince Ali rescue? I really stopped us before one of the biggest updates to happen in 2001. Of course you all know what I'm talking about. The whole entire Kingdom of Asgardia expansion, yeah! That's what you were thinking, right? Either way, April 6th, 2001 saw the world map double overnight with a handful of new places to explore. Like Falador, Port Sarim, Rivington, and not White Wolf Mountain up here, it's Ice Mountain. It's Ice Mountain, that's what it was. And not only that, but at some point, we also got the Cook's Guild, which we can access at level 32. Of course, if you have Master Chefs, we have to have complex recipes, which saw pies added to the list. Keep note of that. Very important, incredibly important detail. Do not forget it. But scrap all of that. We don't care about any of that. We only care about the quests. What quests are there? We got 2 fetch quests and 2 fetch quests with extra flavor. I'm talking about Witch's Potion, Doric's Quest, Sword Quest, and Spy Quest. Wait, what? What is Sword Quest and Spy Quest? Those 2 quests were quickly renamed by the time the quest list came out to be the Knight's Sword and Black Knight's Fortress, respectively. Alright, I think I've babbled enough. Let's start with Witch's Potion, I guess. Oh dear Zamrock, the White Knights are here. They're gonna catch my illegal brewing operations. Whoa, what is going on in here? Is that performance enhancing brews? Oh no! Hey, I won't tell on you, but I gotta get it cut. Fine, but I need your help first to complete the batch. Sure, fire away. I need a rat's tail, an onion, an eye of new, and burnt meat to complete the order of Mysteroids. Mysteroids, huh? What do those do? Enhances your magic gains, pal. Now, get going before the knights catch wind. What a sketchball. But, dude, I wonder what is going to happen when I take that stuff. Anyhow, first thing we need is a rat's tail, which, well, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, or the rat doesn't get far from the king. I'll workshop it. Steal this random guy's onions. He is only growing 3 of them, so I assume he doesn't have any produce text to Falador or anything. And then for no particular reason, this magic shop sells eyes of newts. This is supposed to be a magic shop, Betty. Maybe she has a newt squishing habit or something. Ugh. Never get thinking too deep about this. Just never come back to the psychopath. Last thing we need is burnt meat, which is a pretty fast one. If I were to train my cooking too high before doing this quest, would I be boned? I know in old school RuneScape I could just burn a cooked piece again to get it, but I am not sure about it at this point. Anyway, Gilly Eats has arrived, Hetty. Your order is here. Oh yeah, Mysteroids. We gained 3 magic levels, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I just need to do this quest 30 more times to get 99. But Hetty is hogging it all. Whatever, let's go see what Doric needs. Hello? Hello, Doric? Are you in there? It's me, Chrono from Adventurers for Hire. I'm here about your job listing.
My, a tall fella you are. Did you bring with you gold and gems for my amulet smithing?
I guess I was mistaken. I thought you only had anvils up here.
Yep, anvils for my amulet making.
No, that isn't how you make an amulet.
How else is someone supposed to create such things?
Everyone knows you take a bar of gold or silver, some gem, and a mold of what you want to create to a furnace. That's how we make amulets. What is wrong with you, little man?
Dear Gothics, my hobby, my craft, my life has all been a lie. But where do I start? What do I need?
I've never actually made a mold. They sort of just stock them in crafting stores. Yet you would probably want some clay and ores.
Yes. Bring me 6 clay, 4 copper ore, and 2 iron ore. Afterwards, I believe you would have proven yourself worthy of using my infills.
Well, that sounds great and all, but I really want to know how I would make jewelry on an anvil.
What would you possibly want that when you can make jewelry on a forge, dumbass?
Screw it. I'm off to mining. I hope I never meet you again after this quest. Right now, I'm only level 4 mining, and we need 15 for iron. Just going to do a quick power mine on copper to the level, and then fetch what we need from there. Fun fact about Classic, you can keep gathering if your inventory is full. The ore and stuff just automatically drops to the ground. There is level 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and level 10. Just 5 more to go. 11, 12, 13, 14, and there it is, 15 mining. Let's go finish this quest. There's the iron we need, there's the clay. Now that we have them all, let's go back to Doric to complete this quest. Quick and easy 3 mining levels to us. Yippee! With that all done, let's go on to the Knight's Sword. The next quest we are going to do is the Knight's Sword, but we need to take a quick breather from quest for a second. I need to do something important, one of my many grinds to do. Dude, what are you talking about grind? It's just Knight's Sword next. We use this quest to boost to 30 smithing. But that's the thing. If I were to do the Knight's Sword with my current stats, I would not have the same experience as I would in RuneScape 2 and later. Let me explain. In RuneScape Classic, the quest reward experience is scaled based on the player's level, with an added base XP reward. Which means that doing quests at later points was more beneficial in most cases. This dynamic was swapped in 2004, making it better the earlier you do the quests, since the rewards were then static. But I am getting ahead of myself, and I am just going to take this opportunity to train smithing to equalize the experience gained between the versions. This means that I'm going to mine materials from East Varrock Mine, smelt 250-ish bronze bars on the Lumbridge Furnace, then smith them in the center of Varrock to sell them for some profit. The first goal is to reach level 15 for iron, then onward to level 20 to balance the experience. Nice. We have left the Bronze Age and entered the Age of Iron. Finally, level 15 smithing. We now have iron smithing unlocked, slightly more profit, and potential for more bars per inventory. To get to 20, I just need 55 iron bars. It is done. We are now level 20. We can go complete the Knight's Sword. Now is the time for me to mention that I didn't really need to do this, as I have changed my future plans of how I intend to do future versions of the game. My original plan was to grind quests and stats back to close to the same exact stats as when I changed versions of the game. This would be more faithful to as if I transferred my account between the versions and result in me doing some long grinds for the sake of meeting a baseline. However, I don't believe that grinding to meet my old stats is in our best interest, especially for reasons to come later on in Classic. I hope this gives some insight to my thoughts, and I can just hope that you agree with it. At the end of the day, I just want to have fun exploring bygone eras that I never got to see and experience the quest with more attention. Thanks for hearing my rant. Let's get back to Knight's Sword. It is time for a big boy upgrade. We are going to get an adamant longsword. We have our first adamant item, which means I have purchased my first best in slot in this era. With everything prepared, let's go do sword quests. Knight's Sword. Sword something. Anyway, we can start this quest by talking to the squire at the castle. Hey, it's Chrono from Adventures Only. I'm here about a job for a surviving squire. I was just wondering if it is fine for me to cross this moat into the castle or anything.
Shut up! The castle is open to the public.
Oh,
Friggin' Doris.
that looks like surviving squire. Are you surviving squire?
Yeah, bruh. I need your help, dude. I was out flexing surviving sword to impress some chicks, but it got lost somewhere.
So, did you tell surviving?
No, dude. Why would I tell my boss that I borrowed his family heirloom to get some?
Fair point, but what do you want me to do about it?
Make another one? I did just buy an adamant sword. Who cares about your sword? And I doubt you could recreate his blade. After all, his sword was forged by Imkando dwarves, and no one has seen them in decades. Not after they were used in dwarven sweatshops.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in Camdo.
We have sweatshops in RuneScape? Probably. I don't know. Anyway, my quest log is telling me that you can find more information if you talk to Reldo.
Will do. See you if I need anything or have a substantial update.
See ya, bruh.
What the hell is a quest log? Anyway, guess we are off to Reldo for a quick lesson on dwarf
labor. Here we are, Reldo.
Hi, Reldo, remember me? Ah, yes, I remember you all too well. I was just wondering if you had any information regarding the Amkando dwarves. Yes, I do. Great! Tell me about them. The Amkando dwarves were some of the most skilled smiths to ever exist. Yet many of the dwarves were forced into labor in sweatshops where they were paid in red berry pies. Those poor dwarves were always suckers for red berry pies. So, what about the dwarves that were not taken? There might be one conveniently in the new place that just came out today. If I had to wager an exact location, I would say the Asgardian Southern Peninsula by Portarim. That is oddly specific. What do you want from me? There is all of 5 places for them to be at. Yeah. Anyway, Reldo, did your voice get changed? What do you mean? I've always talked like this. Okay. Well, I guess I'll see you later, Reldo. Bye. First things first, let's get this red berry pie assembled. We need pastry dough, a pie shell. Pie shell. I almost forgot about that. We can just grab one from right over here. We can also fill this bucket up with water for the dough later. Come down to the East Varrock mine to grab some red berries. I think they only grow here. Flour. Toss this bad boy in the oven. And it burned. I swear on every single account it's always burned the first time. That is fine. I gathered enough to have 3 more relatively quick attempts. Attempt 2, cooked. Nice. Let's get out of here. Here we are, the peninsula. Ooh. Strange, his house is in the same location as the other versions, but I have to walk around the other side of the hill to get to it. Oh look, a dwarf. Hello, little person. Would you happen to be an Amkando dwarf? Maybe not. Who's asking? Casual adventurer that wants a swordsmith. A swordsmith? I don't do that kind of stuff anymore. Not after my family was taken to the dwarf sweatshops. Of course! The dwarf sweatshops. Well, would you do it for a red berry pie? I know I shouldn't, but it is too tempting. This is how the rest of the dwarfs were taken. Stop making me look like a bad guy. I just need one job done. I'm not going to send you to some sweatshop. Oh, thank Guthix. Yes, I will do it in exchange for the red berry pie. Fetch me something that I can use as a reference. I guess I could ask the squire for something like a painting. Be right back. For this next portion of the quest, we just need to lure Survivin out of his room in order to search his cupboard. That shouldn't be too bad. Oh, but in this version, there is no other room for him to walk into. At this point in the quest, I was stuck searching for what must have been an hour. I did every dialogue option with Survivin. I spoke to the squire again. I spoke to ceramic vars. I asked a random man and a white knight. I even spoke to the barmaid at the Sunrise Inn. I was speaking to every possible NPC in this game. And then, I had a random thought. There's only one room for Survivin, and cooperative quests are not completely off the table, because at this time, Shield of Erov was already out. And a cool little fact about RuneScape Classic is that NPCs can only be interacted with by one player at a time. As a last-ditch effort, before getting frustrated and consulting a guide, I log into another account and have it speak to Survivin. I click the cupboard to finally get the portrait. Now, I don't expect many, if any of you, to believe me when I say that I discovered this on my own, but it has to be one of my most proud puzzle solves in gaming. Outside of Portal and the many amazing community mods or even Outer Wilds, it is these new discoveries of how drastically different the game is from today that makes this account one of my favorites. Anyway, that is enough gushing about a little puzzle in a children's medieval cookie clicker game. We have the portrait, we can just go back to Thurgo now. Thurgo then turns me around to fetch materials to smith the sword. Woo-wee. We just need 2 iron bars and blue-right ore. It is possible for me to drop trick and get another one, but the blue-right sword has the same stats as my steel longsword. That, and I have no means of storing it, and it isn't important enough to stay in my inventory. I will only be making 1. We can get blue-right ore down here in this dungeon. Oh no. Oh no! That is a lot of damage. I think I need to grab some food. I guess cabbages are fine for a full inventory. Please, 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 eat faster! Oh, everything hit so hard. Oh, thank God. We made it with 7 health. I think I'm just gonna stop here real quick and grab some cabbages to re-heal to full. And then I'll go grab iron bars, which shouldn't be a hassle. 14 iron should be more than enough to succeed a 50-50 2 times. With our 2 iron bars, let's go back to Thurgo. With this sword, we can go back to the Squire and complete this quest, giving us 29 smithing and 26 quest points. Nice. And that just leaves us one more quest for the day. Black Knight's Fortress. Black Knight's Fortress. That has to be one of the cooler quest names in this game. Like, am I going to siege the fortress? Am I becoming a Black Knight? Will I kill the Batman? Oh, hold on. I'm thinking of the Dark Knight. That is beside the point. But I did hear a cool fact from Colonello. This quest was a commemoration for a couple of the largest clans that often fought each other at this point in time. I don't remember the full details, but that must have been the coolest thing back in the day. It's been a while since I saw that video, so I might have details wrong. The real question is, could I have beaten the clannies back then? Yeah, probably. And if I couldn't beat them, then they had no life. To start this quest, we need to speak to Ceramic Vars, just upstairs in the Falador castle.
Adventurer, I need your help.
Huh? What? You know I'm an adventurer?
Of course. None of the knights wander too close to me, out of fear that I will volunteer them for a mission.
Volunteer for a mission?
Excellent choice. You will disguise yourself to enter the Black Knight's fortress and sabotage their super weapon.
Whoa, hold up. You said this was a volunteer thing, so I have a choice, right?
No. You will become a White Knight, then you will infiltrate and sabotage the Black Knights.
Hey, don't label me as that.
Get to work, White Knight, or I will have you judged by my sword.
Doesn't seem like I have much of a choice but to help. But if I am going to infiltrate a fortress, I'm going to want a heist planned. Starting off, the Black Knights have 2 distinct roles. There's the Fortress Guards and the Black Knight Troops. The Fortress Guards are given less access overall, but their armor is easier to obtain. Or, at this time, the only armor we can obtain. I can buy a chainmail body from this guy down here, and then I can buy the medium helmet from Pesca in Barbarian Village to complete my disguise. I made a mistake. I know it was the bronze med helm, and the other item was supposed to be iron chainmail, but I bought a bronze one. Not to worry, I will just buy one from Horvik. See, they are right here for 210 GP. I don't have enough. No. Alright, a couple more steps in my journey. Grab some iron ore, smelt it, smith it, bam, iron chain. Since my disguise is ready, let me get my action plan put up. There are 8 steps to this plan. Step 1. We will wear the Fortress Guard disguise and infiltrate the fortress. Step 2. There is a secret door for ventilation and facility maintenance over here that we can climb into. Step 3. Eavesdrop on the experimentation room. Step 4. The only easy day was yesterday, so we lose our disguise and run past the many knights. Step 5 and 6, continue our break for the second secret ventilation room on the 3rd floor. Step 7, unload the package into the room. Step 8, escape. Step 9, have a pint at the Rising Sun Inn. Steps 1 and 2 are easy enough. The guards let me in without any trouble. The ingredient to ruin this potion is merely a cabbage. It must be my lucky day, as I happen to have brought a cabbage from the last quest. Also, what is Hetty doing here? Never mind that, I already knew she was evil. Now comes the scary part. I blow my cover and run from an unknown amount of level 56 Black Knights. And they don't seem to care. I was worried about nothing. Cakewalk up to the 3rd floor's maintenance room and oops, there goes my cabbage. I can leave through this door and I am scot-free. So I guess I will go back to Ceramic Vars and tell them that it's done. Should pay me pretty well. 2,500 GP. That is such a nice thing to see at the moment. My best moneymaker is smithing steel items for like 6,000 GP an hour or something ridiculous like that. Not only that, but he gave me enough money for me to upgrade my steel sword to a mithril mace. With that being said, we have completed every quest that came out on April 6th, 2001. There were only a few more quests that came out this year, and then Gower began working on memberships, so we don't see anything for a solid few months, like half a year. More importantly, we have 2 quick quests, and then one of the defining quests of RuneScape, Dragon Slayer. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you back again next time.